There was an advertising campaign that came out 5, 6, 7 years ago. It was sponsored by the American Dairymen's Association, and it simply said, "Got milk?" And I thought, if I got Oreos, I got milk. I'm okay with it. I got graham crackers, I got milk. I got my cereal in the morning, I got milk. No problem. They didn't have to sell me very much because I enjoy having a tall glass of milk. But I want to be able to take a twist on that today and ask us as we get ready to head into a week where we celebrate thankfulness and ask you, got thanks? And here's why I ask. Sometimes in our life we get so busy, we get so wrapped up in everything that we miss just pausing in our crazy life and just saying, God, thanks. Thank you. Thank you for the things that I see every day. Thank you for people that I see every day. Thank you for every little thing. I'll tell you what, when we were raising our children, I can say that now because I don't have to pay them for using them as an illustration, unless they watch this online. Hi, boys. The 2 magic words, you know it. If you teach your kids this, you've seen it otherwise. Remember those 2 magic words? Please, thank you. We do it. We did it. The grandkids come, somebody does something for nice, it's like, manners, thank you. We just want to express our thanks for people who do stuff that is nice for us. And how much more so should it be for God? So, I want you to take a few moments this morning, and this is one of those sermons where if you don't always pay attention to everything I say, and you are looking down and writing, I will not feel bad. I will feel good. Janice, good night. You got a novel there, bro. I mean, this is what I want you to be able to do. And the reason why you have 2 copies is to take one home and to give 1 copy and put it in the offering plate. Now, you may not get done with your whole list in the next 20 minutes. I get that. We'll make sure there's a plate in the back that you can do that as you go through the rest of the service. The sheets that are there have 4 different categories. And I want you to just look at them with me so you can see what I'm hoping that you will focus on during this week. The first thing is people. The first thing. People in my life that I am thankful for this year. It can be for any number of reasons. It could be for your boss who put you up for a raise. It could be for your next door neighbor who came by and shoveled your sidewalk and your driveway out last December. It could be any number of things. It could be the person that without prompting came over and said, I just have a feeling you need some help. Or it could be someone who just said, you just moved into the neighborhood. Here's some baked goods. Oh, boy. Or it could be anything. Think about the people who have made an impact on your life. Maybe a family member. It could be a school teacher, a spouse, a parent, a grandparent, an aunt, an uncle, a neighbor. Take a moment and write down the names of those people. They can come from any source. They can come from any, if you could just say, all right, I'm going to try to clear my mind. Who are the first 5 people that come to mind that I am thankful for? Now, I watched the Sunday school class. They did this. I gave them a heads up. And they had 9 or 10 people on the list, and they probably could have gone on and on and on forever. That's fabulous. That's fabulous. Okay. As you're writing that, let me go to category number 2. Otherwise, we'll be here until really late. We'll really go into overtime. Things in my life that I am thankful for this year. Things. Now, some of you are going to say, wait a minute. I didn't think we were supposed to be focused on things. But you know, there are certain things that I am very thankful for this year. I mean, oh, Kenny, you got pens. Thank you. If anybody needs a pen, if they want to kind of go along with this exercise, that would be great. You know, if you've ever been stranded on a back road with a flat tire, your cell phone, to be able to pick up the phone and call somebody and say, help me, I'm stranded. You're thankful for your phone. That's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. Unless you want to stay stranded. You know, I mean, there are other things. I'm thankful for voicemail. And you're going to say, wow. Because there are some times when I get a phone call and I don't want to talk to that person. You know, I see the name come up on my caller ID and I'm going, oh, I can't handle that right now. Now, I've never done that to anyone sitting here. I have not done that for you yet, Ed. And especially when there's no name that comes up on caller ID. Man, I'm on a roll, man. I don't want to be busted in with it. Hello. Did you know that you could pay off your credit card? Okay, we've all got those. All right. I am thankful for the opportunity to totally turn off and disconnect from everything around me. Now, I like the connection. Don't get me wrong. Because if you see Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, and yeah, I love the connection. But there are times where I don't want it. Because I want to be able to have a moment where I can disconnect and connect with people that I love. I am thankful for reliable vehicles that I drive. I am thankful for a warm house that I live in. I am thankful for living in a community where we have a great school. Even though I don't have children in our school system anymore. I'm thankful for that. Okay. You're probably already past your 5. I hope you are. Number 3. Events in my life that I am thankful for this year. What's happened this year? What's happened this year in your life? Some things that you can just say, man, I am glad this happened. Now, there may be some things in this year that you're just like, oh, no. I am not glad this happened. Or it could be, Lord, did you have to have him bring that up? I really don't want to remember this year. This was terrible. Okay. But there are things that happened this year that we can be excited about. We really can. Maybe it's a wedding. Maybe you've got a chance to go to a wedding and you just got to celebrate with a couple. Families. Maybe it was a baptism. Maybe you were around for a child that was being born. And you just were, it's probably not the right type of illustration to use in church. You were like a bottle of champagne that had just been shook up. And you let the cork out and it was explosion time. You were just thrilled with what had happened. Great. Great. Write that down. Maybe it's an opportunity you've had to sit down and just share your faith with somebody else. Maybe you've reconnected with someone who has been out of your life for years. And it's been worthwhile. Maybe it's a relationship that was really horrible and that relationship now is totally severed. That's not a bad thing. You get rid of some baggage. You know, there's so many events that happen in our lives. I got up early in the morning and I went outside and it was remarkable. I looked to the east and I saw the sun, and I looked to the west and I saw the moon, and it was just kind of like, wow, I'm right in the middle of it all. There's an event for you. You drive it out and you see the tractors and all the farm equipment out in the field, and the harvest is just overflowing. And you say, God, this is good. Events that have happened. Okay. Events that happened for me, a couple in my life, that have been really tough. Very first time I ever had an opportunity to work as a chaplain, I was down in Omaha. And I was working in the emergency room one night, and a little baby was brought in, 6 weeks old. Little baby had been born in that hospital 6 weeks earlier. The little baby was pronounced dead in that hospital less than 40 days after it had been born. It made a difference in my life. And I can say it made a difference in my life because that was 23 years ago. And I can sit there and tell that story in detail as if it happened last night. Now, I'm not thankful that a little child passed away. I'm not thankful that his parents had to go through that grief, but I am thankful for what that experience taught me. It broke my heart. But I had an opportunity to see things that I had never seen before in my life. This year may have been one of those years where you had some tragedy. I hear it. Every time there's a wedding, every time there's a funeral, I hear the same line being used. You know, we got to get together more often than just weddings and funerals. We hear it. Why don't we? We think we're too busy. You're right. And if I was going to be really emphatic, don't wait till the next wedding or funeral. Pick up the phone and call them. Okay? Really? This is what we need to be doing. Make your own event. Make your own event. The last section on your sheet is probably what I consider the most important. What is my response to each one of the answers that I gave in the previous 3 categories? What is my response? What's my response to the people and to the things and to the events? You know, if you put someone on that list that is still alive, you are, did I just hear a bird?
Yes.
Oh, okay. It's a telephone. Okay. That's almost as good as an amen coming as a ringtone, you know. Yeah. To be able to say, how did I respond to that person that was hurting? How did I respond? If I've got that person that's living on my list, how do I respond to them? Do I just do absolutely, totally nothing until they're dead and gone? And then wonder, oh shoot, I should have. I would have, could have, should have. Don't woulda, coulda, shoulda yourself. Do it. Pick up the phone and call them. Drive over there and call and visit with them. If it's someone that is near and dear to your life, and you put them down on the top 5 of people that you're thankful for, you ought to be in touch with them. Yeah, now, I know we can't always go, but I mean, you can pick up the phone.
You can bake some cookies.
And you can bake some cookies, thank you. Well, yeah, if you're Donna, Janice, don't bring me anything. No. There are so many things we can do. And I've seen you do it. I have seen so many of you do that. You've got someone that means a great deal to you, that has done nice things for you, and you want to take time to respond to them. You want to take time and say, I just love you so much. I thank you so much for what you do for me. We got neighbors like that. We can go away and we can get tied up, and I can pick up the phone and I said, Jim, would you go play with Dollar for a little bit? And it's so nice. And I appreciate that. I really do. There are so many things. I think I told you the story, we were thinking about events. We were talking about our wedding day. The grandkids saw pictures of a couple of pictures, and they said, Nana, do you have your pictures from your wedding? And so we got out the wedding album and showed them. And they're looking at all the pictures. And I see these big smiles on their faces, and I'm feeling really good. And then Gracie looks at me and says, Nana, I see you. Where's Papa? I've turned a little white in the last 38 years. Maybe he looks the same. How'd she do that? I don't get it. But Gracie sat there and she looked, she said, oh, Nana, that's such a pretty dress. Where's Papa? But you know what? I'm thankful for that, because it gave me an opportunity so I don't have to create an illustration for a sermon, but it gave me the opportunity that I can sit back on a crazy day when I'm doing a wedding, and talking to a couple about the excitement of the marriage and all stuff, and I can think about that and I'll bring a smile to my face. And I'm thankful for that. Many of you know that for years I wrote for a website. And on just social type things. Nothing fancy-dancy, no books published or anything else. And I wrote this, and if you'll forgive me, I'm going to read it because I don't want to leave any of it out. It was written during Pastor Appreciation Month. And the article says, it seems as though that every week, or at least every month, it's Somebody Appreciation Month. That's not a bad thing. It's a good thing to offer appreciation to others on a regular basis. This month, Pastor Appreciation Month. And then there's Teacher Appreciation Week, there's Office Assistants Day, Bosses Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Grandparents' Day. Well, you get the idea. I begin to wonder if all these days are set up to pay special recognition to certain people because we do not do it on a regular basis. Shouldn't every week be a week that we appreciate our educators? Shouldn't we appreciate clergy persons all year long? Shouldn't we recognize the folks that do the toughest job in the world? Parenting every day? I know. These days are set up to be days where we especially recognize these folks. Not only the day we recognize them, but a special day. Maybe, just maybe, we would be better off in society if we would recognize people who do a good job when they do it and not wait to call attention to them up to a year later. So I want to do two things. I want to make up for lost opportunities to say thank you and resolve to do better in the year to come. Thanks, Mom, for teaching me there is no generation gap, just a communication gap. Thanks, Dad, for working 2 jobs at a time so we could have a vacation every year to go to someplace cool. Thanks to my wife for 37 years of love unconditionally. Thanks to my sons who never acted embarrassed at my being crazy when I was at your sporting events or music concerts or school programs or church youth outings. Thank you to my teacher, my kindergarten teacher, Miss Espenshade. You remember some of your teachers by name? I bet you do. My third grade teacher, Mrs. Colbert. My middle school principal, Mr. Telefano. My tennis coach, Coach Whitney. A math teacher that was willing to stand up for his faith, Mr. Lineweber. A Spanish teacher that taught me that hard work was commonplace in every language, Mr. Vigarelli. A young political science teacher who showed me the way to effect change, Mr. Shell. A philosophy teacher who showed me that age is not a barrier to having fun. This was a teacher who was in her late 70s when I was in college, Dr. Rowe. Dr. Burren, who taught me reading and so much more to a young college student. Dr. Mears, who showed me God's love in the middle of academia. A friend and an advisor in seminary, Mrs. Hallman. Professors, Dr. Dupree, who shared my love for social justice. And Dr. Nelson, who spent his last class teaching me and my classmates and inspired me to write down my passions. Thanks to all my employers. There were ones who thought I could be better and worked hard getting me there. Thanks to all the employers who were jerks. They helped me appreciate the ones who weren't. Thanks to all these folks along the way who put a microphone in front of me. Whether radio, TV, public speaking, pulpit, confident that I would not embarrass them or myself. Thankful to all of you who allow me to do that every week. Thanks for those who encourage me to put down my thoughts on paper or computer screen, who thought what I thought was worth sharing. Thank you to the garbage collector that doesn't spill my trash along the street, for the post office worker who delivers my mail, for the doctor who makes me feel like I am the most important patient that he has had all day. Thanks to the worker at Starbucks who makes my coffee exactly the way I want it. Thank you to the mechanic who changes the oil in my car and allows me to ask the most elementary of auto questions without a snicker. Thanks to the clergy person who allows me to call in times of celebration or when I am in tears, no matter what time of the day or night. Thanks to all who serve me daily who I never took time to learn your names. I'll try to remember that next time we meet. Well, maybe now you get the idea. I think we should take time to thank folks and appreciate their work all year long. And speaking of work, thank you for listening to my rantings every week. I appreciate you too. Thanksgiving. It is not just the third or the fourth Thursday in November. It is more than that. It needs to be, as the sign out front says, thanks living. It needs to be a total attitude of where you and I are. I am thankful for the body of Christ here in the Westwood area. I appreciate you. Because of all these things that I have listed and many, many more, this coming Thursday is not just a day of turkey, which I love, a day of football, which I enjoy, a day of watching the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, which I tolerate, and a day before the biggest shopping day of the year, which I avoid. Thanksgiving needs to be more than a day. It needs to be our life. Let's pray. Heavenly Father,